Morning, everybody. I am doing kind of a different walk today. It is like about 17 degrees outside, so it's a cold day, but it's going to be 31, and we've had such a cold week that today is going to feel really warm. But today I'm going to take you on the Skywalks system in downtown Des Moines, and then we're going to walk around Gray's Lake and by the sculpture garden in Des Moines. So I just thought I would kind of take you on a tour of the city. But I am just looking for Skywalk access because I was going to get on at Nationwide, but where I've always gotten on the Skywalks, but it said no Skywalk access. So we were going to go on that bridge right there, and there's tons of people on it, but I just can't get on it from the street. And I think I know why. This says Skywalk access here, so I'll see if I can get on here. Okay, so that worked. So now I'm going to go to the beginning of the Skywalk system. And so there aren't people here right now. But yeah, we used to be able to go through those doors there and go through the Skywalks, but they have closed to that. So I parked here, which is Mulberry and between 12th and 13th Street. And so toward that direction is Gray's Lake. So I'm planning on walking around there. And Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway is over there. And then this is kind of the view of Des Moines right now, but it's a beautiful sunny day, and it's always fun to come to the Skywalks when it's sunny and cold because you stay so nice and warm. So this is the Skywalk directory, and so it's February 22nd, 2025, and it's the weekend of the state wrestling tournament. So many times we start our walk here at Hilton Hotel, and we'll go there and we'll check out the Wells Fargo Arena. But it's a really busy weekend with the state wrestling. And so instead, we are starting at the opposite end. And so I'm right here. And so yeah, we'll kind of meander our way through the whole Skywalk system so that you can have some information about how to do that. This is Nationwide, and the tall building in the back is our tallest building in Des Moines, which is owned by the Principal Financial Group. I'm really excited about this because oftentimes the Skywalk is closed to the Hotel Fort Des Moines. And this is a hotel that has been redone in the last few years. And it's really very neat and beautiful. But it's open today, I think, because of the wrestling tournament. So I just wanted to show you. What it looks like. Neat old hotel. I've never stayed here, but really beautiful. So I'm going to head back to the Skywalks now. So then there's Walnut Street School, and we will be on that Skywalk next. And I just want to explain that we have the Skywalk system in Des Moines. I think Minneapolis has one too, because it's so cold in Iowa. It's just nice for the people who work downtown. So the Skywalk system, if you walk the whole thing, is 4 miles. So that's a great little walk if you just want to get outside and stretch your legs. But also, if you come to Des Moines, not all skywalks are connected to each other. They're only connected to the building. So you have to be careful that you are on the connecting ones. So that's Wells Fargo, but I think they have moved their offices to West Des Moines, mostly. But coming up is one of my favorite areas, which is in the EMC building. I guess I should probably, so you can go that way and go through Wells Fargo, and then that is to their parking ramp. But we are gonna go through this section to EMC, and I just think this section is so modern and cool, like you would see in a movie of like a futuristic city. It just reminds me of that. But there's the big EMC building. And so that is 9th, I think, or maybe 7th. That's coming back into Des Moines. 9th goes out of Des Moines. So this is what this section looks like here. And then they drew this tree. So that's cute. But this is my favorite section. That building is Capitol Square, and then the Kaleidoscope is a building that was next to it, and it was knocked down, and for years nothing has happened, and now they're finally beginning to construct a new skyscraper that will go there. So it's really fun to see the growth and everything in Des Moines. To be able to go through either side of that in order to continue the skywalks, but it is closed. So the only way to go is straight this way. When I was a kid, I remember when the Kaleidoscope opened, and it was kind of a mall, and we got to come here with my school and to Capitol Square because that was new as well. And for some reason, they brought elementary school kids to see new development. So that was nice and supportive. And here's the Equitable building, which is really neat on top. It's just really old, and it's been changed into condos, nice condos. And then this is the Ruan Center, which was our tallest building when I was a little girl before the principal building was built, but it actually is taller than what I'm showing there. It has like another level. There's the other level, so it goes pretty high. Oh, and if you work in the skywalks or come down during the day, there's La Mie, which is a wonderful French bakery. And then they've got Smokey D's barbecue for lunch. actually to see all of this office space, all of these beautiful buildings. They're mostly empty. Not just because of COVID, but a lot because of COVID, but also because everything just kind of moved to West Des Moines, and instead of renovating really nice spaces downtown, they just left and moved to West Des Moines. And so now sometimes you see, you know, that they're renovating and trying to bring everybody kind of back to Des Moines, or else everything just turns into a crap hole. There's the Hotel Kirkwood, which is an old hotel in Des Moines, and I think it has also been turned into condos. That's really cool. This is the staircase to the Kirkwood Hotel. Painting, it's so pretty. But it's kind of fun to come down here because it's just so old. So yeah, now that's where the hotel like information desk was, but now it's private, so it's all closed off. But these were the old telephone booths. Oh, and they're still there. You can see the telephones in there. So that's so fun when they preserve things like that. I love it. And here is a good view of Coles Commons right there. So they do like a lot of events there, and then that thing lights up. And then there's the Civic Center. Okay, and then you come to a fork, and you can go left, which we're going to do later, or you can go right. And so this takes you to Court Avenue. That's where like all the bars and everything in downtown Des Moines are. And like the Des Moines Marathon starts and ends at Court Avenue. I think Dam to Dam, I think, ends on Court Avenue as well. And then this Skywalk is, I think, one of the first ones, and it is really in need of repair. It is really moldy smelling and a little bit of urine smell. But I noticed, I watched the news when I was at the gym the other day, and they recently put, oh, I can't even get her, a big Nike banner of Caitlin Clark right next to this Skywalk. So if you follow women's basketball, oh, there's another one. Oh, that's also her. Okay, so that's from the side. It's kind of hard to see. So, good for her. What a talented person. But then this is really pretty, this staircase. And then you can see the Skywalk access sign, and then it comes down here to the Court Avenue Brewing Company, and we're gonna go outside, and I want to show you the old courthouse is there with that beautiful pedestrian sign in its way. And then Hy-Vee is right down there, and if I had to go to the bathroom, I would go to Hy-Vee, but I'm gonna wait until I get down to Hilton. And then I could go back up the Skywalks, and normally I would want to, but a gentleman asked me for the time, and I gave it to him, and he was nice, but now I'm afraid of him, not because he's there's anything wrong with him, but I'm just kind of afraid of most people who want to talk to me. So I'm going to walk down here, really quickly, and get on the Skywalk down here. So there's the stuffed olive. When there's farmers market every Saturday, beginning, I don't know, in May, or I don't know when. It's also on Court Avenue, so this is kind of, you know, where the cool kids play. But you can see that Skywalk access sign there, so I'm going to get back on it right there. And so from here you can see, well, that's a new building there. I don't know what that is. And then there's Wells Fargo Arena. That's like the new courthouse, I think, actually. And then Wells Fargo's behind it, right there. So if you came to the Des Moines Civic Center and you, or I mean, you had tickets and you parked in the parking garage, which is behind me, then you walk forward and that goes to the Civic Center. But nothing connects from the Civic Center any other direction, so then we go back this way. There's Coles Common, there's Wells Fargo Arena, and there's Court Avenue. And then we end up back where we were when I said there was a fork. So now we're going to go back and kind of travel toward Wells Fargo. Here's Coles Commons too, with the Civic Center in the background, and then we've got that umbrella sculpture that is so significant and has always been there my whole life, and I cannot remember the artist's name, and that's terrible, so I'll find that out. Okay, so I wanted to show this part because they've recently painted, and we had come down here and they had written on the walls teal and pink and yellow, and so this side I'm assuming they have a plan for, but I just wanted to show this is new and it's super cute. I love color. So hopefully, I'm assuming they've patched that, so I can't wait to come back down again to see the updates, because this section of the Skywalks is kind of not good, especially for all of the people who come in to go to the Iowa Event Center. And then we have seen an owl twice in one of these trees, and so I'm just looking for him, but I don't see him today. And I just think that's so cool to have, you know, that was the first time I'd ever seen an owl, and it was downtown Des Moines in like the 2 trees that it could find. So I thought that was really cool. And now I've seen owls quite a bit lately on my walks. And then we'll see how they're doing with the paint here. Oh, very nice. And then typical of the Skywalks, you see some disgusting mess, but anyway, the paint looks awesome. So good job, Des Moines. And then this is the Hilton up here that kind of connects to everything. So we usually park here, but you can see all the traffic from the state wrestling, so I couldn't park here. But it is one of the only places where you can use the bathroom unless you get off the Skywalks and go to Hy-Vee. So we're heading to either the EMC Expo Center or Wells Fargo. So all these people are either going to watch the state wrestling, or there's another event called Talent on Parade. And so I don't know what that is, but that's just always where everybody's going. And so this used to be Veterans Memorial Auditorium, and the V is gone, but this is what the old entrance looked like until they added all of this on. So when I was a kid, there was no Wells Fargo Arena. It was just Veterans Memorial Auditorium. Okay, and normally I can come down here and turn right, but I can't today.
And I'm not paying for them again.
And so sometimes too, I can go into the community choice, a convention center. Hopefully I can do this. this is, I love the carpet in here. I think it's so wild. Oh, and I forgot, this isn't always open when we come walk down here. These are all the people that used to come to vets, and then they've got a memorial for the veterans, which is awesome. But there's a restroom here, so I'm gonna use, okay, so this is the Hilton. And so we'll park outside, and then we come in there, the front entrance, like we own the place. And then we just walk up these stairs here. But today it's like bustling with people. And then a lot of times that bathroom is closed and like blocked off. But then there's a restroom right there. So if you need a restroom and you're walking the Skywalks, you just come into the Hilton like you own the place and go use that restroom. And then you can sit here and rest a bit. Okay, so before we came from that direction, so now we're gonna turn right and we are going to go toward the YMCA. So we retraced our steps for a bit, but now we're going to be on a different section. So this used to be the Des Moines Convention Center, but then they changed it to the YMCA. And then they added a really big pool and aquatic center just right up there. And there is a swimming event going on, so that's always good. Sometimes when we walk, we don't see that anything is going on there. So it's really nice when everything is filled up and people are busy and out and about. And a lot of people are coming from that way because the Marriott Hotel is up here. But we are not going to go straight to the Marriott Hotel. We are going to go over to the principal building. There's Two Below Honey. If I didn't care about my figure, I would eat there. So you can see I turned, and then I'm going to the principal building. So this is the skywalk that connects it, and it wasn't always here when we first started walking on the skywalks. It's kind of a newer addition. One thing about the skywalks, if this video promotes you or urges you to come down here, it has varying temperatures, so make sure you wear layers. I obviously wore layers because I'm going to walk outside later, but some sections are really cold and other sections are really toasty. And then, so there's the Marriott. So it's got this like big area for the convention center part, and then that's the Marriott. And at one point it was the tallest building, I think, in Des Moines a long time ago. I think the principal building is beautiful. Just tons of granite. My dad worked in this building when he was finishing up his career. He worked for the Principal Financial Group for 30 years in securities and investments. He was a financial analyst. And I even got married at the top, on the top floor of this building. And that was probably pretty pricey. My parents paid for that, obviously, because I was really young and stupid, apparently. So that didn't work out. And I apologize, Mom and Dad, for wasting all that money. So then, just look how beautiful this is. That is just gorgeous. So fancy. And then we always come down and we look at this Catholic church. Because it's so beautiful, and we love those red doors. The building in the back there is another principal building, and so is the one over there, like in the center of my camera. And then Main Street Cafe moved down here. They are in Ankeny, and my daughter used to work there. And then there's another restaurant up here too. So I could turn right there, and or I could have come from that direction, but so 801 Grand is the address here. But we're gonna go back the way we came. Okay, so we are gonna go back the same way we came so that we can go toward the Marriott. And then we're gonna, I've done the principal building section. I'm gonna show you, you get to a point where you can either go to principal or you can go to Nationwide. So we're gonna go back to the Nationwide, and then we're gonna get outside. So I just think this is so fun. It's cold, you know, in Des Moines, and when you have this 4-mile route that you can take that just is so different and exciting, and then you can see the growth of Des Moines, it's just so fun. So I highly recommend you come down here. All right, so here's the Marriott. And then there's the other side of the Rouen Center. And Baker's Trust was in there, but I think they have completely moved out. So this is the Marriott Hotel, and we used to be able to go to the bathroom here, but they stopped like allowing access, so we would go in this door. Oh, they're allowing people in again, or maybe just this weekend. So you can use the restroom here. I was gonna go upstairs, but I guess it's not necessary. But this is the Marriott. And it's kind of a neat hotel too. There's convention centers there and something going on. Looks like, I don't know, maybe a wedding. A lot of people have weddings here. So this is the Marriott. So if it is open, you can also go to the bathroom here. And when you're my age, finding a restroom is just the best part of your day. So I just want to show you that skywalk right there, for example, I don't think is accessible to, like, I don't think it's connected to all the rest of the skywalks. But that one is, or was, that might be the one that goes to EMC. I've got to go check that out. And so this area, if I go downstairs, I get back to, and it says right there, to the partnership building or to Nationwide. If I go straight, it takes me over to, oh no, this is the partnership building. If I go straight over there, it takes me over to Principal, but I already went there, so I'm gonna go downstairs. But I wanna check this out first. This goes to Mulberry Parking. I don't quite remember. That is Hubble Towers, and so we went through something close to there. They've done a lot of construction, and this one was closed for a long time, so I can't quite remember. And then this is a playground that they built, so there's some condos, nice condos there, a really nice playground, and it was fun kind of watching them build that. There's the EMC building that we walked through before. Oh, I could have gone this way. Okay, so we walked over there. That was that really cool Skywalk system from EMC, and then over to Wells Fargo. And then it takes you to Hubble Tower, but then we went up there and then turned right over there. So I'm going to walk back. Okay, so we're gonna go downstairs here. And if you go to the bottom level, when it's open, there, it's something called the Local Bites, and it's like a little cafeteria that has like 4 or 5 different types of food that you can buy. But we're never here during the day because we work. So that's funny. That's a piano. And then they put this in, which is an attempt at being cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go towards the old Wells Fargo bit. And there, I don't think anyone's in there anymore, or it's only for like the high investors. Here's an office that I think is really funny because the ceilings are so low. So it reminds me of that movie, Being John Malkovich. Oh, I hope I can go through here. Maybe I can't. No, I could go through there, but just the doors were closed. Like it was too cold or something, but it doesn't feel really cold in here. So this was Wells Fargo, but like I said, there's not really anybody here anymore, but this is really cool. So you come down here, there's Nationwide that's in front of us. Oh, and then they have security, which is nice. Over there's Centro, which is my favorite restaurant, or was. Wells Fargo lobby was so pretty with this bamboo. And then there's the Wells Fargo wagon, which makes me think of that song from The Music Man, which I had never even seen The Music Man until I was in a production of it at the Des Moines Playhouse when I was 19. I just had a tiny bit role in it. I was just like a townsperson, and during one performance we were supposed to be like shocked about something that happened, and I could not quit laughing because that's what happens when you're 19 years old. You just can't control yourself. And I laughed and laughed, and I thought I would get in so much trouble, but I didn't get in trouble, so hopefully no one noticed. But if I were in the audience, I would have noticed. Okay, you guys, so that concludes our walking on the Skywalks portion of this video. So I am going back out the way I came. So I'm not going to go to the end because there's no Skywalk access there. And I just put my coat back on, but I need to, I'm just going to see how I feel about putting on a hat and my gloves and my scarf based on what the weather's like.